let's dig in a little bit on some home staging stuff for the holidays, because we're trying to tell people, get your house on the market. Let's kind of start moving on that a little bit. Talk about a few tips to tease them, and we'll finish up in the next segment.
Sure. Well, we have kind of 5 tips for people. If your house is on the market, maybe it's already been on the market, but you want to decorate for the holidays. You don't know whether you should or whether you shouldn't, but you can enjoy your holiday because you want people to come in and know that they can have a wonderful Christmas holiday when they buy this house.
Absolutely.
So one of our first things, which is not very exciting, is to say, you need to clean and stage before you stage for Christmas. So you're moving things out of the way. You're making room for your Christmas stuff. Put some of those things away. Go ahead and pack them away so that you don't have too many things out and about. Clean behind the couch. Clean in the corner where the tree's going. And you're going to give yourself a really good start for decorating.
So clean it
and
and stage it like
holidays.
You're going to sell it, then decorate it for
Exactly.
Christmas. Oh, that's a good tip.
Exactly.
Yes. Because a lot of people will just, I did this. I just yanked all my Christmas stuff out and put it on top of the clutter that was already there.
So. Not everybody does that, but yes, it's, you just don't think about going ahead and clearing away some of those things in the first place.
So don't do what I did.
Don't be Eric.
Right. Don't throw your Christmas decorations on top of your existing clutter.
Cool. All right. Let's wrap it up, go to break, and then we'll come back and finish the 5 tips for staging your house for the holidays at Christmas time. Stay tuned. We'll be back after a short break. This is Jim McQuaig with Real Estate Radio Washington. Welcome back to Real Estate Radio Washington. I'm your host, Jim McQuaig, and we're talking staging your home for the holidays.
That's right. It's important.
Home for the holidays.
Yeah, so first tip was, which I thought was really good, was get your house clean and staged like you're going to sell it, then decorate it for the holidays.
Yes.
And that's cool. No problem having decorations. Just don't put clutter on top of clutter.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Don't do what I did.
And which brings us to complement your color palette. A lot of us, maybe some people use traditional colors in their decorating for Christmas. And when you're in your home, you're looking at, grandma's tree skirt or, whatever the case may be, your stockings and things like that, without really regard to the fact that now you have nice light blue, cool walls. Green and reds and golds maybe aren't going to highlight your home the way that maybe like white snowflakes and silver decorations might.
Nice.
So, considering that starting right after Thanksgiving, everything's on sale to include Christmas decorations, maybe keep those wonderful keepsakes that you don't want to get messed up anyway, packed away if they don't highlight the other aspects of your home that you're trying to highlight to buyers. So, pay attention to your color palette. Don't clash your colors. Pay attention if you're cool or you're warm, and shop accordingly.
That's a good one because you don't, once again, taking my personal experience into account, you just yank all your Christmas stuff out and you start pulling it out.
It's your stuff. It's your
and you've had it
for
10 or 20 years or longer, maybe, and you're not looking to like you do what you do.
Well, and it has special meaning to you.
Special meaning, and you've seen it year after year, so you don't think about that it actually clashes like crazy with your existing decor or your color scheme in your walls or whatever.
Exactly. So keep all those staging ideas in mind when you pull out because
your potential buyers that walk to your house definitely are going to realize that it clashes.
They will, and you want them
really
to come in and be like, oh, we're going to have wonderful, beautiful holidays when we move here. It's going to be amazing. So
I think simple too. Really keeping it simple instead of the all out, which you'd normally do when you're home, when you are not selling your home. So I think that's important.
Right. You don't want people to feel like they've walked into the Christmas tree shops, basically. That's a problem. As we move on, that sort of brings us, it kind of rolls right into mind the tree. Not only are you talking about paying attention to the decorations, but the size and shape of your tree. I would suggest people use artificial when their home is on the market. You don't have to worry about watering or tipping over or needles everywhere or sap. And then you can really tailor your Christmas tree to the space. If you've got a big, tall 2-story area, you can highlight that with a big tree. If you have a smaller family room, you can use a skinny tree. The last thing you want is for people to come in and think, oh, this place is too small, I can't host Christmas.
Right.
So really paying attention to that, not having a wrongly proportioned tree, and cull your ornaments a little bit. Make sure that, it's cohesive. Less is more, like we've talked about, and maybe some of those children's keepsakes that you don't want to get messed up, but maybe also have their own beauty that maybe doesn't match everything else. Just keep them tucked away for safekeeping.
All those Mickey Mouse Disney ones.
Right, or, the dough, when they make the dough.
Yes.
Preschool.
The big humongous
Handprints.
Right, handprints in concrete.
I mean, they're lovely, let's be honest, but maybe not as appealing to everyone as they are to you. Which brings us to accentuate the positive. We kind of talked about that a little bit with the last tip, just saying that if you've got a beautiful 2-story entryway, that may be a really tall tree could highlight that, or hanging mistletoe from an arched doorway, or, displaying your menorah on the ledge of a bay window, those sorts of things. And one don't I have in here, because a lot of these are do's. If you have a beautiful fireplace and you want to highlight the fireplace, that's wonderful, but don't block the view by having personalized stockings hanging, save that for Christmas Eve,
Wow.
When
I wouldn't
Santa's
have thought
coming.
of that either.
Not hung by the chimney with care.
On Christmas
And
Eve.
hopes?
That's part of the
On
night.
Christmas Eve, when you don't have potential buyers
That's right. That's
traipsing
part
through your
of
house.
the night before Christmas.
At 9 p.m.
So keep it the night before Christmas. That's my tip there.
Right. After the last showing.
Exactly.
That's right.
Okay, Grinch, what's the next one?
Well, you're going to love this one then. Go light on the lights. And I'm speaking of
What?
outdoors. Everything we've talked about before has been
yeah.
indoors.
Yeah.
But, when a lot of times the tip we give buyers when they're going on their house hunting tours, because you see so many houses, it's hard to remember this one or that one. So we give them names, and you don't want your home to be the
Little
Clark
secret.
Griswold house.
Yeah.
Right? You don't want them to remember and use the Clark Griswold house.
Right. Oh, that looks just like the house we saw in the movie we watched today at home with Grandma and Grandpa.
Yeah, no Christmas vacation.
Right.
So, and I think if you keep those things in mind, just like Eileen said, less is more is really what all of those 5 really kind of boil down to.
That's I really never, when you sent this over as like an outline for what we were going to talk about today, I really was like, okay, great. So, holiday staging of your house. But I never really thought about any of that stuff, that you could actually, your Christmas decorations could actually accentuate the positives of your house.
Absolutely.
And actually the selling environment, what buyers are going to like about your
and
house.
what says home more than being home for the holidays? So, it really can be an opportunity for you to create this cozy atmosphere, for buyers. And oftentimes buyers are out looking on, winter vacation, winter break,
right.
because
Sure.
it's when they have the most time.
Right.
So
people are
it's an
taking off
opportunity.
a week or two, or maybe around Christmas or whatever.
And
they
it
got time to
stirs
do it.
emotions
Right.
as well, just by having the color and the lights.
Exactly.
So I think that's a good point.
What about when a showing's coming in? Quick bake some Christmas cookies.
Right. Or
You just want those cookies.
boil a little.
I was thinking,
Yeah,
got
they
cookies.
brought cookies in today.
brought
Right, and I'm just staring at them the whole time and thinking about them.
We're hoping to get this over with quickly. So we can get to the cookies.
I don't know why we can't eat them while
I
we're
guess we could.
But yes,
While we're
fresh baked
talking.
cookies, candles, boiling a little cinnamon sticks
So
and
the smell thing
spices. Yeah,
is a good
absolutely.
thing. Okay, I'd heard that before from other agents, and I didn't know if that was a
Just
smart thing
don't
to do.
burn them.
Yeah.
Don't blow it. Don't blow it.
Misexecution.